Hello, family. All praises and blessings to our Father, the Creator. We left off in the book of Jasher on chapter 80, and that's where we'll pick up chapter 80, verse 1. At the end of 2 years, the Lord again sent Moses to Pharaoh to bring forth the children of Israel and to send them out of the land of Egypt. 2. Moses went and came to the house of Pharaoh, and he spoke to him the words of the Lord who had sent him. But Pharaoh would not listen to the voice of the Lord. The Most High roused his might in Egypt on Pharaoh and his subjects, and the Most High struck Pharaoh and his people with very great and severe plagues. 3. Excuse me. The Lord sent by the hand of Aaron and turned all waters of Egypt into blood, and with all their streams and rivers. 4. And when an Egyptian came to drink and draw water, he looked into his pitcher, and behold, all the water was turned into blood. When he came to drink from his cup, the water in the cup became blood. 5. And when a woman kneaded her dough and cooked her food, their appearance was turned to that of blood. 6. The Lord sent again and caused all their waters to bring forth frogs, and all the frogs came into the houses of the Egyptians. 7. And when the Egyptians drank, their bellies were filled with frogs, and they danced in their bellies as they dance when in the river. 8. All their drinking water and cooking water turned to frogs. Also, when they lay in their beds, their perspiration bred frogs. 9. In spite of all this, the anger of the Lord did not turn from them, and his hand was stretched out against all the Egyptians to strike them with every heavy plague. 10. He sent and changed their dust to lice, and the lice became in Egypt to the height of 2 cubits on the earth. 11. The lice were also very numerous in the flesh of man and beast, in all the inhabitants of Egypt, also on the king and queen, and the Lord sent the lice. And it grieved Egypt greatly on account of the lice. 12. Still the anger of the Lord did not turn away, and his hand was still stretched out over Egypt. 13. And the Lord sent all kinds of beasts of the field into Egypt, and they came and destroyed all Egypt, man and beast, and trees and all things that were in Egypt. 14. And the Lord sent fiery serpents, scorpions, mice, weasels, toads, together with other creeping in dust. 15. Flies, hornets, fleas, bugs, and gnats, each swarm according to its kind. 16. And all reptiles and winged animals according to their kind came to Egypt and upset the Egyptians greatly. 17. The fleas and flies came into the eyes and ears of the Egyptians. 18. The hornet came on them and drove them away, and they removed from it into their inner rooms, and it pursued them. 19. When the Egyptians hid themselves on account of the swarm of animals, they locked their doors after them. And the Most High ordered the Solanuth, Sulanuth, which was in the sea, to come up and go to Egypt. 20. She had long arms, 10 cubits in length of the cubit of a man, 21. And she went on the roofs and uncovered the raftering and flooring and cut them and stretched forth her arm into the house and removed the lock and the bolt and opened the houses of Egypt. 22. Afterward came the swarm of animals into the houses of Egypt, and the swarm of animals destroyed the Egyptians, and it upset them greatly. 23. Still, the anger of the Lord did not turn away from the Egyptians, and his hand was yet stretched forth against them. 24. The Most High sent the pestilence, and the pestilence pervaded Egypt, in the horses and asses, and in the camels, in herds of oxen and sheep, and in man. 25. And when the Egyptians rose up early in the morning to take their cattle to pasture, they found all their cattle dead. 26. There remained of the cattle of the Egyptians only 1 in 10. And of the cattle belonging to Israel in Goshen, not one died. 27. And the Most High sent a burning inflammation in the flesh of the Egyptians, which burst their skins. It became a severe itch in all the Egyptians from the soles of their feet to the crowns of their heads. 28. And many boils were in their flesh, that their flesh wasted away until they became rotten and putrid. 29. Still, the anger of the Lord did not turn away, and his hand was still stretched out over all Egypt. 30. And the Lord sent a very heavy hail, which struck their vines and broke their fruit trees, and dried them up, that they fell on them. 31. Also, every green herb became dry and perished, for a mingling fire descended with the hail. Therefore the hail and the fire consumed all things. 32. Also men and beasts that were found abroad perished of the flames of fire and of the hail, and all the young lions were exhausted. 33. And the Lord sent and brought numerous locusts into Egypt, the chassel, salam, chargol, and chagole, excuse me, there's no R in there, and chagole locusts, each of its kind. So that's 5 different kinds of locusts, or 4 different kinds of locusts, which devoured all that the hail had left remaining. 34. Then the Egyptians rejoiced at the locusts, although they consumed the produce of the field, and they caught them in abundance and salted them for food. 35. And the Lord turned a mighty wind of the sea, which took away all the locusts, even those that were salted, and thrust them into the Red Sea. Not one locust remained within the boundaries of Egypt. 36. The Most High sent darkness on Egypt, that the whole land of Egypt and Pathros became dark for 3 days, so that a man could not see his hand when he lifted it to his mouth. 37. At that time, many of the people of Israel died who had rebelled against the Lord, and who would not listen to Moses and Aaron, and believed not in them that the Most High had sent them. 38. And who had said, we will not go forth from Egypt, because we'll perish with hunger in a desolate wilderness. They were those who could not listen to the voice of Moses. 39. The Lord plagued them in the 3 days of darkness, and the Israelites buried them in those days without the Egyptians knowing of them or rejoicing over them. 40. The darkness was very great in Egypt for 3 days, and any person who was standing when the darkness came remained standing in his place. He that was sitting remained sitting, and he that was lying continued lying in the same state. He that was walking remained sitting on the ground in the same spot. And this thing happened to all the Egyptians until the darkness had passed away. 41. The days of darkness passed away, and the Lord sent Moses and Aaron to the children of Israel, saying, Celebrate your feast and make your Passover. For behold, I come in the middle of the night among all the Egyptians. I will strike all their firstborn, from the firstborn of man to the firstborn of a beast. And when I see your Passover, I will pass over you. 42. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron. Thus did they in that night. 43. It came to pass in the middle of the night that the Lord went forth in the midst of Egypt and struck all the firstborn of the Egyptians, from the firstborn of man to the firstborn of beasts. 44. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry throughout Egypt in that night, for there was not a house in which there was not a corpse. 45. Also the likeness of the firstborn of Egypt, which were carved in the walls at their houses, were destroyed and fell to the ground. 46. Even the bones of their firstborn who had died before this and whom they had buried in their houses were raked up by the dogs of Egypt on that night and dragged before the Egyptians and cast before them. 47. And all the Egyptians saw this evil which had suddenly come on them, and all the Egyptians cried out with a loud voice. And all the families, 48, and all the families of Egypt wept on that night, each man for his son and each man for his daughter, being the firstborn. And the tumult of Egypt was heard at a distance on that night. 49. Bathia, the daughter of Pharaoh, went forth with the king on that night to seek Moses and Aaron in their houses. They found them in their houses eating and drinking and rejoicing with all Israel. And Bathia said to Moses, Is this the reward for the good which I have done to you? Who have reared you and made you grow and prosper, and you have brought this evil on me and my father's house? 51. And Moses said to her, Certainly 10 plagues did the Lord bring on Egypt. Did any evil accrue to you from any of them? Did one of them affect you? And she said, No. 52. And Moses said to her, Although you are the firstborn of your mother, you shall not die, and no evil shall reach you in the midst of Egypt. 53. And she said, What advantage is it to me when I see the king, my brother, and all his household and subjects in this evil, whose firstborn perish with all the firstborn of Egypt? 54. And Moses said to her, Certainly your brothers and his household and subjects, the families of Egypt, would not listen to the words of the Lord. Therefore did this evil come on them. 55. Pharaoh, king of Egypt, approached Moses and Aaron and some of the children of Israel who were with them in that place, And he prayed to them, saying, 56, rise up and take your brothers, all the children of Israel who are in the land with their sheep and oxen, and all belonging to them. They shall leave nothing remaining. Only pray for me to the Lord your Elohim. 57. And Moses said to Pharaoh, behold, you are my mother's firstborn. You are your mother's firstborn. Yet fear not, for you will not die. For the Lord has commanded that you shall live in order to show you his great might and strong stretched out arm. 58. Pharaoh ordered the children of Israel to be sent away, and all the Egyptians strengthened themselves to send them, for they said, we are all perishing. 59. And all the Egyptians, and all the Egyptians sent the Israelites forth with great riches, sheep and oxen, and precious things, according to the oath of the Lord between him and our father Abraham. 60. And the children of Israel delayed going away until night. And when the Egyptian came to them to bring them out, they said to them, we are thieves, that we should go forth at night. 61. And the children of Israel asked of the Egyptians vessels of silver and vessels of gold and garments, and the children of Israel stripped the Egyptians. 62. Moses hurried and rose up and went to the river of Egypt and brought up from there the coffin of Joseph and took it with him. 63. The children of Israel also brought up each man his father's coffin with him, and each man the coffins of his tribe. And that is the end of chapter 80. And we'll try to fit in chapter 81, verse 1. The children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, besides the little ones and their wives. Also a mixed multitude went up with them, flocks and herds, even much cattle. 3. The temporary time of the children of Israel who lived in the land of Egypt in hard labor was 210 years. 4. At the end of the 210 years, the Lord brought forth the children of Israel from Egypt with a strong hand. 5. The children of Israel traveled from Egypt and from Goshen and from Ramesses and encamped in Succoth on the 15th day of the first month. 6. The Egyptians buried all their firstborn whom the Lord had smitten, and all the Egyptians buried their slain for 3 days. 7. The children of Israel traveled from Succoth and encamped in Etham at the end of the wilderness. 8. On the 3rd day after the Egyptians had buried their firstborn, many men rose up from Egypt and went after Israel to make them return to Egypt, for they regretted that they had sent the Israelites away from serving them. 9. One man said to his neighbor, certainly Moses and Aaron spoke to Pharaoh, saying, we will go a 3 days' journey in the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our Elohim. 10. So now let us rise up early in the morning and make them return. It shall be that if they return with us to Egypt, to their masters, then we will know that there is faith in them. But if they will not return, then will we fight with them and make them come back with a great power and a strong hand. 11. All the nobles of Pharaoh rose up in the morning, and with them about 700,000 men. They went forth from Egypt on that day and came to the place where the children of Israel were. 12. And all the Egyptians looked and saw Moses and Aaron, and all the children of Israel were sitting before Pi-hahiroth, or Pi-hahiroth, 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 eating and drinking and celebrating the feast of the Lord. 13. All the Egyptians said to the children of Israel, certainly you said, we will go to a journey for 3 days in the wilderness and sacrifice to our Elohim and return. 14. So now this day makes 5 days since you went. Why do you not return to your masters? 15. Moses and Aaron answered them, saying, because the Lord, our Elohim, has testified in us, saying, you shall no more return to Egypt, but take yourselves to a land flowing with milk and honey, as the Lord, our Most High, had sworn to our ancestors to give to us. 16. And when the nobles of Egypt saw the children of Israel did not listen to them to return to Egypt, they prepared themselves to fight with Israel. 17. The Lord strengthened the hearts of the children of Israel over the Egyptians, so that they gave them a severe beating. The battle was severe on the Egyptians, and all the Egyptians fled from before the children of Israel. Many of them perished by the hand of Israel. 18. And the nobles of Pharaoh went to Egypt and told Pharaoh, saying, the children of Israel have fled and will no more return to Egypt. And in this manner did Moses and Aaron speak to us. 19. Pharaoh heard this thing in his heart, and the hearts of all his subjects were turned against Israel. They repented that they had sent Israel. And all the Egyptians advised Pharaoh to pursue the children of Israel to make them come back to their burdens. 20. They said each man to his brother, what is this which we have done, that we have sent Israel from our service? 21. The Lord strengthened the hearts of all the Egyptians to pursue the Israelites, for the Lord desired to overthrow the Egyptians in the Red Sea. 22. Pharaoh rose up and harnessed his chariot. He ordered all the Egyptians to assemble. Not one man was left, excepting the little ones and the children, and the women. The little ones and the women. 23. And all the Egyptians went forth with Pharaoh to pursue the children of Israel. And the camp of Egypt was a very large and strong camp, about 100,000 men. 24. All of this camp went and pursued the children of Israel to bring them back to Egypt, and they reached them encamping by the Red Sea. 25. The children of Israel lifted up their eyes and saw all the Egyptians pursuing them. The children of Israel were greatly terrified at them, and the children of Israel cried to the Lord. 26. On account of the Egyptians, the children of Israel divided themselves into 4 divisions, and they were divided in their opinions, for they were afraid of the Egyptians. And Moses spoke to each of them. The first division, 27, the first division was of the children of Reuben, Simon, and Issachar, and they decided to cast themselves into the sea, for they were greatly afraid of the Egyptians. 28. And Moses said to them, fear not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will effect this day for you. 29. The second division was of the children of Zebulun, Benjamin, and Naphtali. And they resolved to go back to Egypt with the Egyptians. And Moses said to them, fear not, for as you have seen the Egyptians this day, so shall you see them no more forever. 31. The third division was of the children of Judah and Joseph, and they resolved to go to meet the Egyptians to fight with them. 32. And Moses said to them, stand in your places, for the Lord will fight for you, and you shall remain silent. 33. And the fourth division was of the children of Levi, Gad, and Asher. And they resolved to go into the midst of the Egyptians to confound them. Moses said to them, remain in your stations and fear not. Only call to the Lord that he may save you out of their hands. 34. After this, Moses rose up from among the people and prayed to the Lord and said, 35. O Lord Elohim of the whole earth, save now your people whom you brought forth from Egypt, and let not the Egyptians boast that power and might are theirs. 36. So the Lord said to Moses, why do you cry to me? Speak to the children of Israel that they shall proceed, and stretch out your rod on the sea and divide it, and the children of Israel shall pass through it. 37. And Moses did so. He lifted up his rod on the sea and divided it. 38. And the waters of the sea were divided into 12 parts, and the children of Israel passed through on foot with shoes, as a man would pass through a prepared road. 39. The Lord displayed to the children of Israel his wonders in Egypt and in the sea by the hand of Moses and Aaron. 40. When the children of Israel had entered into the sea, the Egyptians came after them, and the waters of the sea covered them, and they all sank in the water. Not one man was left except Pharaoh, who gave thanks to the Lord and believed in him. Therefore the Lord did not cause him to perish at that time with the Egyptians. 41. The Lord ordered an angel to take him from among the Egyptians, who cast him on the land of Nineveh, and he reigned over it for a long time. 42. On that day, the Lord saved Israel from the hand of Egypt, and all the children of Israel saw that the Egyptians had perished. They beheld the great hand of the Lord in what he had performed in Egypt and in the sea. 43. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song to the Lord on the day when the Lord caused the Egyptians to fall before them. 44. And all Israel sang in concert, I will sing to the Lord, for he is greatly exalted. The horse and his rider has he cast into the sea. Consider that it is written in the book of the law of the Most High. 45. After this, the children of Israel proceeded on their journey and encamped in Marah. The Lord gave to the children of Israel statutes and judgments in that place, in Marah. And the Lord commanded the children of Israel to walk in all his ways and to serve him. 46. They journeyed from Marah and came to Elim. In Elim were 12 springs of water and 70 date trees. And the children encamped there by the waters. 47. They journeyed from Elim and came to the wilderness of Sin on the 15th day of the second month after their departure from Egypt. 48. At that time the Lord gave manna to the children of Israel to eat, and the Lord caused food to rain from heaven for the children of Israel day by day. 49. And the children of Israel ate the manna for 40 years, all the days that they were in the wilderness, until they came to the land of Canaan to possess it. 50. They proceeded from the wilderness of Sin and encamped in Alush. 51. And they proceeded from Alush and encamped in Rephidim. 52. When the children of Israel were in Rephidim, Amalek, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, the brother of Zepho, came to fight with Israel. 53. And he brought with him 801,000 men, magicians and conjurers, and he prepared for battle with Israel in Rephidim. 54. They carried on a great and severe battle against Israel, and the Lord delivered Amalek and his people into the hands of Moses and the children of Israel, and into the hands of Joshua, the son of Nun, the Ephrathite, the servant of Moses. 55. The children of Israel struck Amalek and his people at the edge of the sword, but the battle was very severe on the children of Israel. 56. And the Lord said to Moses, write this thing as a memorial for you in a book, and place it in the hand of Joshua, the son of Nun, your servant. You shall command the children of Israel, saying, when you come to the land of Canaan, you shall utterly wipe out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. 57. And Moses did so, and he took the book and wrote on it these words, saying, 58. Remember what Amalek has done to you in the road when you went forth from Egypt. 59. He met you in the road and struck your rear, even those that were feeble behind you when you were faint and weary. 60. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord your Elohim shall have given you rest from all your enemies round about in the land which the Lord your Most High gives you for an inheritance to possess it, that you shall blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. You shall not forget it. 61. The king who shall have pity on Amalek, or on his memory, or on his offspring, behold, I will blame him, and I will cut him off from among his people. 62. And Moses wrote all these things in a book, and he advised the children of Israel respecting all these matters. That's the end of chapter 81, family. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for listening.